The big cattle inventory numbers are out from 2014 and on into 2015, and we have Derrell Peel to go through those numbers. Derrell, what did you find?
Well, this report showed that there was a herd expansion in 2014. That was expected after many years of liquidation. At least for 1 year, we put a stop to it. Yeah. The all cattle inventory was up about 1% from a year ago. Beef cows were up about 2%. Beef replacement heifers were up about 4%. The calf crop for 2014 was up about 1% as well. And that led to about a 1% increase in feeder cattle supplies as we go into 2015 here.
Were there any surprises in this report?
Well, the report was generally anticipated, I think, in that some level of expansion. It was a little bit more aggressive expansion than was expected, particularly with respect to the beef cow herd. It was up 2.1%. From January 2014 to January 2015. That's bigger than expected, so it suggests that we got off to a quicker start in some sense. The fact that the calf crop was up 1%, it was actually expected generally to be down slightly, 0.5 to 1%. And so that gives us this slight increase in feeder supplies. Not big surprises for the most part, but nothing that really changes the story here in the short term, but a little bit more aggressive than we expected.
Now, you've been talking national numbers. Let's bring that down to Oklahoma. What did you find in the report?
In Oklahoma, the beef cow number for the second year in a row was up sharply. It was up nearly 6% from 2013 to 2014. It was up another 6% in 2014 to 2015. And so it makes it one of the largest increases among states. The beef replacement heifer number was also up sharply a year ago. In terms of 2013, it was up sharply as of January 2015, about a 25% year-over-year increase, suggesting that Oklahoma is one of the places, along with Texas, where expansion seems to be happening very quickly.
Now, do you feel comfortable saying that we're rebuilding the herd yet?
Well, we certainly are rebuilding or attempting to rebuild, and we got to start on that in 2014. I think the question of whether we can sustain that is still very much up in the air. Drought conditions could jump back up here and preempt this again. It was really drought from 2011 through 2013 that caused liquidation, and it could certainly come back at this point. So we're ready to expand, we're trying to expand, and we did it for 1 year. The question remains whether we can sustain that going forward here in 2015.
What does the whole report mean to the state and the country?
Well, in terms of the markets, the market impacts of this report, I guess, it really doesn't change things in my mind very much for 2015. There was, again, a slight increase in the feeder cattle supplies, but it really doesn't change the fact that overall cattle numbers are still very, very tight. The aggressive herd expansion that's underway will continue to, divert heifers from feeder use and current consumption into breeding use, and so it's sort of what we expected. The fact that the cow herd jumped 2% rather than something less than 1% might suggest 3 or 4 years down the road that we get to the numbers we need to be if we can sustain expansion, perhaps 1 year sooner than we thought. So it might change our outlook a little bit towards the end of the decade, but really not very much before then. And overall, it confirms what we thought was happening, and we continue on from here.
Okay, Derrell Peel, Livestock Marketing Specialist here at Oklahoma State University.